Welcome to Tinks Invest. We're talking about investing, finance, and professional development. As the recording time of 1:23 p.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $2,949, down about 0.98% so far. As you can see clearly on the crypto market and the equity market, we are quite opposite at the moment with respect to across the spectrum on the crypto side. We are relatively flat to down at the moment, while on the equity side, we are clearly up right now across the spectrum. Dow Jones up about 2%, S&P also up about 2%, while Nasdaq is falling behind just a little bit, but still up about 1.65%. And what's going on with respect to the macro affectation today, right? With respect to Jerome's speech that we heard from this morning, I think, the outcome was relatively diplomatic again, right? It seems like it's aligned with Wall Street expectation. That some of the key synopsis that he talks about is that we are definitely within a relatively highly uncertain U.S. economy at the moment, with obviously the cultivation of both a combination of the COVID, which has subsided a little bit now. Right now, still try to triangulate the job numbers at the same time with respect to Ukraine and Russian war. That's also be into the stir, driving some more complexity into the equation as he's obviously trying to taper, while at the same time with the tapering happening, the rates of the interest will subsequently hike, right? And on a conceptual level, right, when interest hikes, it will dip into the profit margins on more corporate investors, and obviously with respect to just people like you and I, right, it will cost more to borrow debt or borrow money from the banks, than before, right? So whenever you hear like the keyword interest hikes, is obviously a negative driver onto the whole entire market. But seems like based on today's affectation is kind of aligned with expectations, so it's not really a needle driver or any type of shock and awe affectation driving sell off, right? But we did see some sort of like a dip earlier around like 10 o'clock in the morning when the speech happened. But subsequently, as people see alignments based on obviously this transcript came out before the speech actually was performed in alignment, then subsequently allow for some buying pressure across the spectrum, right? In addition to that, some of the latest news that I'm seeing around the sanction, it seems like the Biden administration has also launched a new initiative called the Klepto Capture, a task force to go after all the Russian oligarchs. And what this is basically trying to do is basically to further squeeze any alliance or constituents that are in support of Russia, right? And the task force will basically, the mantra of it will be depleting and depriving the Russian oligarchs of all their assets and other tools to use to invade the sanctions, right? So obviously, it seems like we are containing the affectation around the invasion. It seems like with respect to Chairman Jerome Powell, on his depiction earlier today, is alignment with Wall Street expectation, but ultimately the heights are still going to be in the foreshadow perspective. We are trying to progress in a more of a reactive manner, but when it's alignment, it technically translates into a net positive type of affectation, right? So let's just dive into technical without wasting any more time to see what that really means technically, right? So with respect to recording time of approximately 1:30 p.m. on the Eastern Time, Ethereum contract 2,950, down about 1% so far. Right now, we are still levitating. The signs of reversal is not confirmed at all. We are still in a downtrend. At the moment, right now, we either go up to 3158, which is something we need to get above to keep going. And I think the propensity, because of the fact that we're 54 of 70 going down to 2853, is more logical based on the near term, right? And at the moment, because of the fact that we are on top on the MACD front over the signal line, that means we have an even higher propensity to go down from here. So definitely, if you buy now, right, just think of that as a long-term hold. But if you want to do more of a short-term trade, I think this is definitely not the best opportune time, to incur risk at the moment. With respect to Bitcoin, down about 1.4%. We are, let's see, we are below a little bit of the 43,900, we're basically $70 below it, right? We have a large gap with 60 out of 70. We are over on the top. So in terms of comparables, Ethereum is trading in a similar fashion to Bitcoin, obviously, right? So ideally, incurring risk now would not be the most opportune time, right? Anywhere from like, we did break above, but we technically need to continue to sustain above, obviously, the 44, right? Which we tried to, but we subsequently gave up. We're already relatively overbought, so I think 40,000 is coming as a next step because of the gap that we have formed so far. Dogecoin down about 1.5%, anywhere from basically 12.25 all the way to 10 cents is logical at the 44 out of 70. Cardano's down about 2.7%. I like anywhere from basically 90 all the way to 74 cents from here at the 44 out of 70. Solana is up about 3.35%. We are at above $100 right now, so that's a good sign. With the 53 out of 70, there's like we have formed a golden cross recently. That's why we are leaping up, but we have to look for an apex, right? Ultimately, right now 100 is not a real level. 112 is the real level, right? 100 is a flat number. It's easy to look at, right? So I think as ideally, as we reach 112, we need to consolidate and deplete the RSI for us to keep going. So right now, would it be a good time to buy? I would say right now it's not really a real level to buy yet. I think anywhere from, again, 90 to 75 from here. XRP, just to stay within the frame, I would say anywhere from 62 to 57 is still the frame I would buy at. Polkadot down about 1.4%, anywhere from $16 to $14 from here with the 50 out of 70, so not ideal yet. Algorand's down about 5%, anywhere from basically 79 all the way to 69 from here would be a level I would be buying at. Shiba Inu's down about 4% to low 2000s, 1400 to 900 from here, the 50 out of 70 again. MacTag is up about 1.22%, anywhere from 142 to 120. Right now, the 50 out of 70 again, so not a good level to incur risk yet, right? AVAX, let me just double check to make sure. AVAX, again, right, this is a head and shoulder pattern, right? Head, shoulder, shoulder, 59 to 50, here we come. So definitely not right now. Luna is going to be selling off any day now with a large separation, very overbought at 73 out of 70, very overbought, so the market's going to look for a major reason to sell off. Right now, what we try to do is basically to retest all-time high all over again. Can we get there? I think we will have major cancellation as we reach above 100, but can we get there? That's the point, right? And I think every single time when we reach around like 70 out of 70, we have a high propensity to sell down. So I don't think we'll actually reach 100 based on the current setup right now. So definitely be careful, right? Definitely not advisable to be buying at the moment. So with respect to overall crypto market and the equity market, is definitely some anti-collision effects that's going on right now. At the same time, there's still a lot of uncertainty and obviously complexity that's in the equation that we try to solve at the moment, right? So definitely tread water thoughtfully and cautiously with some good cash reserve on the side. Let me know if you have any questions again, right? Appreciate your time on this Wednesday and have a good day. Take care.